So we are at the end of the session and I'm ready to take questions, but I just wanted to share a few closing points. Number one, you are here. You spent this time with us this afternoon, this morning, which means that you've chosen to take ownership of your finances in your life, and that's a big deal. It's not always going to be easy, but as I told you at the beginning, what you believe you can do, you can do. And I truly believe that every single one of us can achieve the financial goals that we have set for ourselves with intention. Not everyone is going to understand this journey to budgeting, to saving, to paying off debt, to wanting to save, to wanting to invest. And that is okay. It is okay. They don't need to understand it. And in fact, you don't need to share your goals with everybody. And it's important that you're mindful of who you surround yourself with because your circle of influence matters. They can motivate you, they can demotivate you, they can push you to keep going, and they can take you off path. So it's really important that you surround yourself with the right people. And then finally, I would say gratitude always, because we are fortunate enough to be here to have the opportunity to talk about how to plan our money that we are earning, right? There's a lot of job loss going on, there's a lot of stuff going on globally, and it's just really important that we're grateful for what we have, and being grateful brings abundance. So yes, that is what I wanted to cover with you guys. Faith has those books that she wants to give away, and you can check out the other books in our line. And definitely stop by clevergirlfinance.com. We have over 30 plus free courses and tons and tons of content on all the topics that I discussed on this session. And you could also follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Clever Girl Finance. So I'm ready to take on questions, and Faith, I will also hand it back over to you in case you want to be the main point for bringing on the questions. So just checking to make sure that you guys are still there. Okay, so I'm seeing the questions. Yay! So Don said, with 401ks losing money, is it wise to pull out and put it somewhere safe like a Roth IRA? So no, I would not suggest taking money out of your 401k. They're losing money, but they're losing money short term, right? If you look at the history of the stock market over the last 130 plus years that it has been around, we're always going to see these periods of decline, right? There is a lot going on in the world. We're looking at the war in Russia and Ukraine that's impacting um, global economies and finances everywhere. The stock market is being impacted. Talk of recession. So we're seeing that reflected in the stock market and in your 401k. But if anything, this is a time to continue to invest. And when you take money out of your 401k, you're going to be hit with penalties. You're not only going to pay income tax, but you're going to pay an early withdrawal fee, which by the time you put this money into a Roth, whatever potential gains you're hoping to get, you lost them in that income tax and penalty, whereas you could have just left that money to continue to grow. So even if you decide not to put any more money in your 401k right now because you're nervous, right? Even though I think this is a great time to buy more, you withdrawing it is going to cost you more than you think you're going to earn somewhere else. And a Roth is also invested in the stock market, right? Your 401k and a Roth are both invested in the stock market. They just have different tax advantages. So your 401k allows you to invest uh, that income tax into the future, where so that when you get to, I don't know, 10 years, 20 years from now, when you withdraw that 401k, 30 years from now, you pay income tax only on what you withdraw at whatever income tax rate is, right? Whereas the Roth right now, you are contributing based on money that has already been taxed, so that in the future you don't pay any taxes. However, the money is still being invested somewhere. So um, I wouldn't say take money out of your 401k. If you want to continue to invest, maybe just start to put money into your Roth. So Faith, I'm not sure I understand the question as does that advice depend on your age? Do you mean in terms of taking money out of your 401k? So if you are at retirement age, you can take money out of your 401k without penalty. And I believe that age is from 59 and a half, right? Um, But what do you need to take the money out for? Are you taking it out simply because you're worried about the stock market and you want to put it in a Roth, which still invests in the stock market, or are you taking the money out to survive? Those are two different scenarios. So when it comes to 401ks, unless you actually need the money right now to survive and you are at that age to withdraw without penalty, then I would just leave it because the market will recover. It always does. And in the event that people always ask me, the stock market crashes and it never recovers, we have bigger problems than a recession. We are in the apocalypse. It is now the Walking Dead. So we are not going to be worried about the stock market. Okay. Um, So you mentioned insurance, and we have open enrollment coming soon. Do you have any resources and or sites you can recommend for navigating healthcare choices? So I would definitely look to what your employer has available, and then based on the offering. So let's say, for example, they're offering you United Healthcare or Humana. Go to those websites, and they have details that break down the differences of each type of plan. But basically, what you take on will depend on what your unique needs are for that insurance. But the offering from the provider, whether it's the insurance provider, their websites have detailed, in-depth information about each one of the offerings they provide. So I would definitely suggest that way. Do you have a hard copy budget template in your free courses or books? Yes. And Faith also has a hard copy budget template that she's going to email to everybody with this recording as well. So what is the best budgeting template for a mom with one income? It depends. It depends on what budgeting method works for you. So it's not necessarily the template, but the method. You might be someone who is short on time and you want to have an easy way to budget. You would be someone who is really big on seeing percentages. It really depends. So I would say that if you go to clevergirlfinance.com and you search budgeting, we have several articles on all different varieties of budgeting, and then try to read through them and determine what's going to work best for you. And then you can download a couple apps in your smartphone app store and test out those apps. There's no best budgeting template. Instead, you want to focus on the best budgeting approach that's going to work for you and your lifestyle. So Ashley is asking to explain a Roth IRA. So a Roth IRA is essentially well, not necessarily employer-sponsored plan, but a Roth IRA is an investment vehicle that allows you to invest your money after taxes, right? And basically, what happens is if you put money into a Roth IRA now, you've already paid the taxes on the money going to the account, and then in the future, when you get to retirement age and you start to make withdrawals, those withdrawals are tax-free. And some of the advantages of the Roth IRA is that they allow you to avoid changes that could impact you in future tax brackets, right? So we don't know what the future tax brackets are going to be, or what the future tax amounts are going to be, just depending on the administration, depending on economic climates. And so when you get to that future time period, when you're taking your money out, you wouldn't have to pay any taxes. However, you compare that to a 401k, for example, where you are allowed to invest without paying any taxes right now, but when you get to retirement age, you have to pay the taxes. The difference is that with the 401k, you're able to invest all the money, including that income tax, which can perhaps in the future grow to a point where it far outweighs any income tax you'd have to pay in the future. So I hope that makes sense. So can you have different 401k that you can put money into, or should you only have one? So you can only have one type of retirement account. So you can have a 401k, you can also have an IRA, but you cannot have two 401ks unless they are different types of 401k. So for example, you have a solo 401k for yourself as a business owner, and then or a part-time business owner, and then you have a 401k from your employer. But typically, you're only allowed to have one type of account designation. So one 401k from your employer, and 401k is typically offered by employers, right? Or if you are self-employed and you open up your own solo 401k, but you cannot just go to a brokerage and open a 401k without either of those two qualifications. Do I think it's ever wise to withdraw 401k money to pay off debts? No, because number one, you're going to pay the penalty and income tax, and then you lose the opportunity over time for that money to grow and work for you. So I would say look at your budget and determine what other ways can I work within this project to pay off my debts? It may seem tempting to see your savings in your 401k and be like, wow, I have all this money, I can just cash it out. By the time you pay your income tax, by the time you pay your penalty, it's going to be much less than you think it is. And then you lose that opportunity for that money to grow and compound and appreciate and earn dividends over time. And when you think about the climate right now, especially with stocks being low, this is not the time to be cashing out your 401k. This is the time to be investing more. So I don't think it's wise to withdraw money from your 401k to pay off debts. Let's see what other ways we can get creative with coming up with money to pay off our debts. Okay, I think I got through all the questions. You guys have any more questions for me? Hi, Faith.
Hi. That was really, really good stuff. I appreciate you taking this time to do this. We're gonna do a few giveaways, but before we do the giveaways, I would like to encourage everybody, if you haven't visited the Clever Girl Finance website yet, please visit it. There's so much good stuff on there and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything to go on there. And follow them if you're on social media, follow them on Instagram and Facebook because they have such good videos, good content that they put out on a regular basis. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and do it. And so right now, for the first 6 people, can you guys just put a number anywhere from between 1 and 129? Put the number in the comments.
Wow, the comments are going quick.
All right, so we're gonna start with 28. All right, so 28 is going to be, let's see, where am I? I'm going to give out this Grow Your Money to Lauren Hines. Lauren Hines, you get Grow Your Money. Can you write this down? Sorry. All right, and then we've got 153, even though I said through 129, so I don't have anybody at 153. So I'm going to go with 32. I have Brandy Markram. You also get a copy of Grow Your Money, Brandy. And let's see what else I got. 67. All right, I've got Natalia Tabadora. You get a copy of the Side Hustle Guide. Um, 69. Jessica Harvey. You also get a copy of the Side Hustle Guide. Number 13. Christina Ellis. You get a copy of Clever Girl Finance. What else do we have here? Sorry, I have to find my mouse. Number 43. Dawn Matthews. You get a copy of Clever Girl Finance. And now I'll give out gift cards. Number 74. I didn't do 74 already, did I? Number 74, Evetta Coleman. You get a $100 gift card. And number 56, Hannah Clark. You get a $100 gift card. Thank you, ladies, for joining. I know some of you joined and you have so much going on at the stores, but I hope this was helpful to you all. And I appreciate you all being here, what you do. Thank you, Bola. Thank you, Esther. Thank you both.
Thank you so much, everyone.
See you, ladies.
Thank you.
Okay.